Recently, an artificial intelligence program won an art contest at the Colorado State Fair. Now, this is surprising for a few reasons. One, earlier in the summer, I checked out this Dall-e, now going by the name crayon, and its capabilities to draw what you gave it in the form of text prompts, and I wasn't particularly infused with the results. And in just a couple of months, we have made a huge leap and now have an AI that you can communicate with through Discord to have draw objects for you, with some dazzling results. Now, I'm sure that the judges of the contest were unaware that this AI Midjourney made these paintings, and if they had known, maybe they would have been against the rules. But I took a look at Midjourney and found that there certainly is a practical application here in the present. Say you need storyboards, you want to make a comic book. We could very soon be seeing the roles of human artists in more practical applications fade away. In a similar effort to realism in paintings being outmoded by the photograph. Though a little complex, you got 25 uses for your trial, and from then on, it's a subscription basis. It's going to cost you about $10 a month for your basic package to get 100 different drawings, of which you're not going to really be able to use that many. You're going to go through many drafts to get to the drawing you want as you refine your selection. But hey, it made a pretty good looking cyberpunk Jesus for me. Midjourney is kept strictly PG-13. You can't request nakedness. They don't want the AI corrupted in this fashion, no matter how many times users request Sydney Sweeney with her boobs out. Your drawings are public and they know what their bot drew. But this leads to some interesting scenarios. See, Sydney Sweeney has been requested so many times, the AI may very well now think she is an example of a human woman, and so when asked to draw a woman, they end up looking like Sydney Sweeney. This got me thinking, where could this lead in the not too distant future? My first inclination is to think that this could animate for you. Imagine something like a ready on-the-fly Pixar animated short film based solely on what you want to see right now as you want it. This could lead to massive job loss for visual effects artists who could be replaced by AI, who at first don't do as good of a job, as refined of a job, but they do the job for less and quickly. But in our culture that is so enamored with entertainment, can we replace all entertainers with AI? Suppose Netflix doesn't need to hire writers, actors, comedians to do stand-up comedy, none of this. They could just have an AI bot that gives the user what they want on the fly. If you want a 9th season of Seinfeld, it culls through all the information from previous Seinfeld episodes, has an understanding of how Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld's minds work, and gives you that 9th season. Are we going to have intellectual property rights based on our past actions, so that we can't be copied by the AI without getting some kind of royalties? If this came to fruition, heaven help any struggling new creative or actor. No one cares about your story or your capabilities on screen. We'll just have a CGI'd in Bruce Lee performing Jeet Kune Do at the whim of the viewer. We don't even need Quentin Tarantino there to throw him under the bus. And Neil deGrasse Tyson, who said that the stand-up comedian is the last job that would be replaced, it could be one of the first. A heckler could go in on a stand-up comedian and, the comic only has so many retorts, but an AI comic instantly docks the guy and ruin his credit score. Besides, if most stand-up comedians are failed idiot losers, then who are we to say that the ultra-smart AI can't come up with better jokes? This grim future could be coming to us sooner than we realize. We joke that Hollywood has no originality. It's reboots and remakes, sequels. Well, now you can decide what is going to be an original story in your eyes. It's the inevitable next step in entertainment. We spend all of our technology trying to improve the iPhone next year. We're not in any kind of hurry to build artificial humans. I think we can put away our fears of a Nexus 6 replicant replacing our jobs. There's a level of feasibility that is hard to attain in the physical world, but in the virtual world, where there are no limitations to an all-powerful AI, it's going to be a lot easier to replicate our screen entertainment than to build a combat droid such as Roy Batty. Our human technology is unfortunately constrained by profitability. It's going to be far more profitable to design an AI to create entertainment for the masses who, for a low subscription price, can get anything they want, versus trying to sell a $1 million Android to every home in the country when no one has a job. So where do you stand? Are you for this major shakeup, or did Hollywood bring this on themselves and you're going to take delight in their suffering? Let me know in the comments below, and you know what, please hit that like button, subscribe, ring the bell. I know it gets old saying that, but every little bit helps.
If you appreciate a YouTube channel that doesn't just pad out content to get to the 8-minute mark so that it can hammer you with ad breaks, then you should subscribe to my son's channel. You just got done watching it.